Alright, what is up? This is SLOplays, and I am back at it again with another Dragon Ball Sparking Zero video. Let's talk about the Dragon Ball expansion. That is right, my friends. We were confirmed 4 new playable characters from OG Dragon Ball, and that got me thinking, what other characters could we see in the future? Now, most of these that you're seeing here on screen probably will not be included in this upcoming DLC 4, which they're calling like the big DLC or large DLC, and that's just because, I mean, they generally only do around like maybe 10 to 12 new characters per DLC, so I don't see them just going that crazy hard. Now, that doesn't mean that we won't ever see some of these other characters being added in the future, just because these are characters that were in the previous games, and this is supposed to be a sequel, and they're already adding characters that were in that previous game, right? Being Tenkaichi 3. So, before we get started, guys, do me a huge, massive, gargantuan favor and drop a like on this video. If we can reach over 1,000 likes in the first 24 hours, I'll do another discussion video going other potential characters that we'll see in the future for Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Now, let's jump into it. So, I did already do individual videos for a few of these characters, mainly being Grandpa Gohan, as well as Demon King Piccolo. Now, there are 2 other characters confirmed that we are getting in this pack that I want to go over real quick briefly, and then we'll get into every single other character that's missing. So, first and foremost, we have General Tao, Tao Pai Pai, Mercenary Tao, whatever name you want to give him. Now, in Tenkaichi 3, also, they did include the, I guess his name is the Cyborg Tao, right? I don't know if we're getting him. There was no confirmation yet, so we'll see. We'll have to see. I think it would be kind of weird if they include regular Tao and not the Cyborg Tao, right? Now, to my knowledge, that wasn't like a transformation or anything. They didn't have that as like an awakening. He was like a separate character. But we'll go over it anyways, and then we'll get into the other characters. So, let's go over your boy Tao, okay? Because he does have a unique moveset. He was a DP value 3. We're going to run down these characters pretty quickly, okay? We're not going to, spend too much time on them. So, his moveset, like I said, was unique. He had False Courage, Wild Sense. Like, every character is going to have some type of Blast 1 skill. That's either a boost or a counter or something, right? So, we don't really need to go over that. Now, his attacks, these are the ones that, are cool that you really, you want to focus on, right? We have the original Doronpa, Doronrei. This was just a beam blast, right? It was his, how like there was an original Kamehameha. I think that's what they called it for Master Roshi. They did the same thing with Tao, which I thought was really cool. They did give him a crane-style assassin strike, and then we had ultimate final plan, okay? Now, those 2 are rush-based. Again, unique to him, stuff that he did in the anime, right? So, yeah, Tao, I'm glad he's confirmed. I'm glad we're getting him. Now, let's move on to Devilman. Now, Devilman was a very unique character, I guess you could say. This is a character that I personally rarely use. I'm pretty sure I use him maybe a handful of times, right? Not that I don't like this character. It's just not a character that, I really cared for all that much. But if you liked him, cool. I wish we would get his custom outfit here, because the black devil suit is kind of hard. I'm not going to lie, right? So he had the Kaikosen, which I believe is just like a stun. Was it an I-beam or something? Yeah, something like that. And then we have False Courage, and then his attacks, dude. So he had a shot, a rush, and a beam, okay? We had Fork Attack, Demon Fork Rush, and then the Devil Might Beam, which is his trademark. That's, something that I guess was like his main gimmick, right? So, again, cool. I'm glad we're getting some, like, weird, I don't want to say gag. I don't really consider him like a gag character, but I mean, he was a DP value 2, so he's not really all that powerful, but he's cool, right? He's cool. He's unique. He's different, okay? And then we already, did our videos on Demon King Piccolo, so I don't need to, go over everything on him again, but I mean, you see his moveset. We went over it. He had one of them where Drum would come in and everything, which is cool. Grandpa Gohan, we did a video on him, going over everything. He just had some pretty basic shit, like Kamehameha, Turtle School 4, I can't even speak, Turtle School 4 Virtues, Turtle School Tranquility. Now let's move on to Cyborg Tao, okay? The rest of this video, we're going to be going over all the characters that are currently missing and not confirmed yet, right? So I feel like we will get Cyborg Tao included in this. I feel like that would be weird if they did it, but I could be wrong. Whatever that they've shown so far in like the teaser trailer, like the first trailer that they dropped, months ago, I feel like that's all we're going to get, okay? But I could be wrong. So when it comes down to the list of it, we have Tambourine, which would make sense to come with Demon King Piccolo, right? We have Android 8, Nom, who I would really love. Okay, I love his cross-arm dive. The peel-off machines, they can go fuck themselves. I really do not care about them. I would rather have any other character on this list and any other character in existence than the fucking peel-off machines. They are on the last, fucking bottom of the barrel. I'm not saying that I hate them or anything, but I do not care about peel off. I just don't. I'm sorry. Okay, if you do, great. If you like the peel off gang, great. I never cared about them. I feel like even them coming back in Dragon Ball Super and shit, they're just boring to me. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm being honest. Okay, General Blue, sure, put him in. I don't fucking care. Chi-Chi, yeah. I would rather not have the kid Chi-Chi. I really don't. I would rather have the Chi-Chi from the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. So let's do a substitute for that one, please. And then Arale, yeah, Arale, she's a gag character. She's actually a gag character. And, again, I know when I first talked about characters, whenever they were first getting revealed back in 2024 and stuff, and I was like, I don't really care for Arale. It was just more of I would rather have other characters over Arale, but now that we're getting actual DLC and OG Dragon Ball characters, yes, absolutely, put her in the game now, right? So, let's go over Cyborg Tao. I don't even remember what he had differently. He's got False Courage, After Image Strike, Dodon Ray, Hidden Blade, and a Super Dodon Wave. Okay, so yeah, it is different. The Hidden Blade is pretty cool, so I could see him being actually pretty sick in this. Is he the same DP? Yeah, okay, he is exactly. I mean, it's the same character. He gets upgrades, right? At the, I guess, more later parts of OG Dragon Ball. And he does appear in Dragon Ball Z, but I think those were just filler. I think they were all just filler, right? Okay, so we'll talk about Chi-Chi. Now, her moveset and everything is actually different than what she would have as a teen or adult, right? Maiden's Will, Maiden's Excitement, Stay Away From Me, That Won't Work, and Save Goku, okay? I'm pretty sure one of them, she throws the, what is that? Like a boomerang fucking axe thing or whatever from her head. She throws that, right? I think that was part of her moveset. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we genuinely do not need this version of Chi-Chi, okay? I guess I get why they did it, because Kid Goku's in the game, so they're like, oh, put Kid Chi-Chi in the game, I guess. Right? But, nah, bruh. Nah. We have an adult version of Goku. Give us an adult version of Chi-Chi, at the very end of 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai, okay? Because that was sick, all right? And they could get unique with it. Give her the Bancho fan as part of her moveset. She's playable in Super Dragon Ball Z. And she's also playable in Dragon Ball Legends, okay? And they knew what they were doing with those games, okay? They cooked, right? They were like, okay, we're not going to do this weird shit with Kid Chi-Chi. We don't want that. Moving on to Nom. Yes. He's cool as fuck. Nom is one of my favorite characters from OG Dragon Ball. I love his scenes. I love his moments. And his moveset, the cross-arm dive, is gas! I will never hate this character. He's so cool. He's got After Image. His secondary is For the Villagers. He's got the, I don't know how to pronounce it, Shura Gekiretsuken. I am guaranteed I fucked that up, but I do apologize. Cross-arm attack, and then the cross-arm dive is his rush, okay, which is his ultimate, right? What was he, a DP value 2? Yeah. Most OG Dragon Ball characters seem to be either DP value 2 or 3, and you have King Piccolo, who's like final boss material. They said, oh shit, we're going to give him DP value 4. Oh, special. All right, General Blue, also a DP value 2. Don't even remember what this guy had, but let's go over. He had Telekinesis, I'm the Worst, I'll Shoot You, Skewer, and Rocket Engine Spark. I like the names for all of these OG Dragon Ball characters. They did get very creative in terms of, I don't want to say creative, I mean, the names, there's, some of these are just like things, I guess, like they said in the anime, right? But, I mean, you gotta appreciate that they they went this hard back then, dude. Back in the day, they went hard with the character list on these. And even though a lot of these were like rush attacks, because not every single one of these OG Dragon Ball characters could produce some type of like ki or beam, right? It's really cool to see that like they included like stuff like this. Like this is very niche shit, right? Like compared to what we have these days, like we ain't getting OG Dragon Ball stuff. Moving on to Android 8. Android 8 is a pretty cool character, right? He had False Courage, Howl, Aider Attack, Aider's Anger, and You Hurt Goku as his rush for sparking, okay? For the, like, Ultimate Blast. Now, his Aider's Anger was an explosion, which is kind of cool. So, yeah, he works out really well. I would love to get an interaction between him and Android 16. I feel like they had something in the original games, but I could be wrong. He was also a DP value, too. So, again, pretty basic character. Now for Tambourine. Yes, Tambourine. I guess they had to include him because they made Drum part of Demon King Piccolo's moveset. So he was a DP value 3. So yeah, this is we're starting to get into a little bit higher end OG Dragon Ball, right? Which makes sense because these are fucking like demons, right? So we have the Mystic Breath after Image. He had the Chow Makahao. Let's go. That's one of my favorites. Sumasen, which I think again beam, I-beam, right? And then Super Marengeki. Marengeki? I think I pronounced that right. That was a rush, right? So, yeah, they could put Tambourine in. Awesome. I'm down for it, right? The more OG Dragon Ball characters, the better. Now, when I say that, I do not give a fuck about them. I know there's going to be some Peel-Off fan out there that's watching this video that is just fucking shitting their ass right now. And, hey, I will never put anyone down for wanting something in the game, wanting a certain character. So if you really want Peel-Off machine, it's not even Peel-Off. Like it's just you're playing as their fucking machine. So I guess it's a whatever. Now, one thing I will say that is cool about this, okay? By the way, they're DP value 2, so they're ass. There's a transformation that you can awaken into, which costs 3 skill counts, okay? And it's just a Peel-Off machine fusion, so you have like the triple fusion, right? So we had Peel-Off Barrier, False Courage, Gigantic Rock Throw. Wow. Yeah, guys, we really want this. Rolling Smash, and then Great Peel-Off Operation, which is a rush, okay? Usually when it comes down to it being a rush, I will say the rushes can, not all the time, but can look unique and different depending on what they did in the anime, so I guess that's cool. It's not Gigantic, it's Gigant Rock Throw. Is that actually what it was called? The fuck, bro. They can't even get... Whatever. Yeah. Throwing a rock as part of an actual attack, it's just such a waste of a character, in my opinion. Like, genuinely, this would be a waste to me. But again, cool. They transform, so we're wasting 2 slots now. I'm just joking. Again, there's no such thing as wasted slots in this game, but it's more of a... Like, we're investing our time and effort into a certain character when we could be doing it for somebody else who is way more unique and fun. But hey, again, more power to you if you like the character. Still a DP value 2, so even with the fusion, they're still kind of ass. Peel-Off Barrier, False Courage, Double Buster, we're stealing some shit from Trunks, Gatling Gun, and Launch Missiles. So I will say this one's better. This is definitely better, right? In terms of the moveset, which makes sense. A regular Peel-Off Machine ain't jack shit, okay? So, like, I could say Peel-Off Machine, I guess you could consider this shit from a butt. This one, the fusion, is poop from an ass. Last character who we definitely want, okay? We definitely want Arale over both of these fuckers. Now, Arale was peak. I don't even remember her being a DP value 5. It's because she should actually be a DP value 15 because she can break the earth, like literally shatter the earth, okay? So she had the Encha, we had Excited, Woohoo, Ping, and Playing Pro Wrestling as her rush Ultimate Blast. Now, if that's not gas as fuck, I don't know what is. Now, I forget which one. Is it the shot? I think it's this one. One of them, it was called like Encha Blast. I thought that was one of them. One of them, she does like a mouth beam, right? She blasts out of her fucking mouth, right? Now, this was a character like, I don't know if you could really consider her OG Dragon Ball. I mean, she was in OG Dragon Ball. Like, I'm pretty sure she debuted in that. I mean, she's from Dr. Slump, which is also by Akira Toriyama. So this is like a guest character, I guess. But again, not really, because she was in the anime, right? In Dragon Ball. And then she's in Dragon Ball Super as well. If I recall correctly, I don't think she was in any other point in Dragon Ball other than Dragon Ball Super and OG Dragon Ball, but you could correct me if I'm wrong. So she's a perfect character to add in this, right? Like, we have a character that's, you know, I guess in terms of her having a recent appearance, right? A pretty recent appearance over a lot of characters. So DP value 5 is actually pretty cool. I like that. She is an android, so that's why she can do all this crazy shit. The Excited is cool because that actually heals her. So that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I don't remember a whole lot of this character whenever, like, again, I definitely, out of all the OG Dragon Ball characters, I definitely used her a lot just because she was so wacky. But yeah, I would love to see her, you know, in the future. Don't know if that'll ever happen. But yeah, we'll see what happens after this DLC releases. I'm pretty sure they're going to do more DLC than just what we're getting in this large DLC, just because, I mean, there's so much still missing from the game. This shit sold by now probably maybe 6 million copies. They haven't announced that yet. I think the last announcement on it was like 5.5 million. But I mean, we got the Switch version that has sold. Now that new DLC is coming, there's going to be likely a lot of new players and people picking up the game because they're like, oh, well, these are characters that I was looking forward to. But again, you have to pay for this shit, right? So that's ass. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe here on the channel, ring my notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.